A man suspected of carrying out a deadly shooting at Brown University and the killing of an MIT professor has been found dead after a multi-day manhunt across the northeastern United States. Authorities say the suspect was a permanent U.S. resident who entered the country through a federal visa program, a detail now shaping the Trump administration's response as it presses ahead with a broader immigration crackdown. Police say the man died by suicide and was discovered inside a storage unit with 2 firearms. The man, identified as a 48-year-old Portuguese national, had previously studied physics at Brown University. Officials say he'd been a permanent U.S. resident since 2017 and is believed to have acted alone. Still, there's no confirmed motive for the attacks.
This evening at approximately 9 p.m., federal agents breached a storage locker in Salem, New Hampshire, in search of Claudio Neves Valente, a Portuguese national we believed shot and killed 2 Brown University students and an MIT professor in Brookline, Massachusetts. Federal agents found Neves Valente dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
The first shooting occurred on December 13th at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. And police say the suspect entered an academic building while students were giving exams and opened fire. 2 people were killed and 9 others were wounded. University officials say 6 of the wounded remain hospitalized in stable condition. 2 days later, on December 15th, MIT physics professor Nuno Loureiro was shot and killed inside his home near Boston. Investigators link the 2 attacks triggering a large-scale manhunt across multiple states. Authorities say the suspect attempted to evade capture by switching license plates and using a mobile phone that was difficult to trace. The case broke after investigators connected financial records and surveillance footage from multiple locations.
On December 13th, Neves Valente entered an auditorium on Brown University's campus during a study session and began shooting at students, killing Ella Cook and Mohammed Aziz Umarzokov and injuring 9 others. Between December 13th and December 14th, Neves Valente returned to Massachusetts. On December 15th, he murdered MIT professor Nuno Loureiro at Loureiro's home in Brookline, Massachusetts.
In an affidavit, investigators said campus custodians' observations and an anonymous Reddit post helped narrow the search for the suspect. In the immediate aftermath, Homeland Security Secretary is now announcing the immediate suspension of the diversity visa or DV1 green card lottery, saying the suspect had entered the United States through the program. Now, the program makes up to 50,000 visas available each year through a random selection process among entries from countries with low rates of immigration to the United States.
The Brown University shooter, Claudio Manuel Neves Valente, entered the United States through the diversity lottery immigrant visa program in 2017 and was granted a green card. This heinous individual should never have been allowed in our country. In 2017, President Trump fought to end this program following the devastating NYC truck ramming by an ISIS terrorist who entered under the Diversity Visa 1 program and murdered 8 people. At President Trump's direction, I am immediately directing USCIS to pause the DV1 program to ensure no more Americans are harmed by this disastrous program.
Earlier, President Donald Trump slammed Brown University, questioning the lack of security cameras on campus. Conservative circles have also turned their focus on Brown's leadership, singling out Rodney Chapman, the university's vice president for public safety and emergency management and chief of campus police. Critics accuse Chapman of prioritizing DEI initiatives over campus security. Brown, however, has not publicly linked its DEI programs to security decisions, and no evidence has been presented to substantiate such claims. Meanwhile, the university has said the community is now focused on recovery and healing, while investigators say the case remains closed following the suspect's death.
I was born into privilege, but I sold myself as the voice of the poor. I led a revolution in the mountains and marched into Havana as a hero. I promised freedom, equality, dignity. What I built was a one-party state. I survived invasions, embargoes, and enemies, but my people survived shortages in silence. Some called me El Comandante. History calls me something else. A dictator. Who am I?